Good afternoon, everybody. We are coming to you live. It's 1:15 on 7/26/2024. I'm one of your co-hosts, Boss, backed up by yours truly.
The chosen one. Yo, how y'all doing today?
Are you really chosen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We all are called and chosen in a
Are you
certain fashion.
qualified to the call? Are you
Yes,
qualified to
sir.
the call? All right, y'all see what the title and stuff was already. We already know what this news story about. We told you we are gonna be coming to you live today. We know it's not 12 o'clock, but we've been having quite a few things that have been going on throughout the afternoon and the early morning hours. So we're gonna begin it straight off like this. You got any words you want to add to us real quick before we get ready to go into this quick clip that we're about to get ready to play? Mr. Chosen One.
Yeah, I think we should just start it off with a little prayer. Uh, so if we all can take the time just to bow our heads and we'll start off in prayer. Dear God, we pray for a world where equality is not just a dream, but a reality for all, where everyone has to dream, has the freedom to live their truth without fear or oppression. May the love be the guiding force that brings us together, uniting us in our shared humanity. May we celebrate our differences and find common ground, working together towards a world of peace and understanding.
Oh,
May we recognize the inherent worth and dignity of every individual, and may our actions reflect the truth, and may the peace be the foundation on which we build our lives, our community, and our world. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
all praises to the Most High. All praises to the Most High. Uh, so now, with that being said, thank you for that warm welcoming introduction. But we want to turn the audience's lights over to this video. Uh, we got I guess not we, but the American people got the endorsement and the media got the endorsement of what they've been wanting to hear all this time. As you seen from the top, from the thumbnail, you see is President Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama, in which everybody still knows that President Obama is a rock star in the Democratic Party when it comes down to the world of politics. So I just want to play this real quick. This is Access Hollywood. We already know who Access Hollywood is, but we ain't gonna go into too much detail.
96, 97, 98.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about the endorsement of former President Obama. So we're gonna
and the wife together.
and Michelle Obama, former First Lady Michelle Obama. So this is into this clip that was released by the Harris campaign.
Kamala.
Hello. Hi.
Hey there.
Oh, hi. You're both together. Oh, it's good to hear you both.
I can't have this phone call without saying to my girl Kamala, I am proud of you. This is going to be historic.
We called to say Michelle and I couldn't be prouder to endorse you and to do everything we can to get you through this election and into the Oval Office.
Former President Barack Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama are endorsing Vice President Kamala Harris to be the next president. The couple expressed their support Friday in a video showing Harris taking their phone call.
We called to say Michelle and I couldn't be prouder to endorse you and to do everything we can to get you through this election and into the Oval Office.
Oh, my goodness. Michelle, Barack, this means so much to me. I'm looking forward to doing this with the two of you, Doug and I both, and getting out there, being on the road. But most of all, I just want to tell you the words you have spoken and the friendship that you have given over all these years mean more than I can express. So thank you both. It means so much. And we're going to have some fun with this too, aren't we?
Their endorsement comes just days after President Joe Biden withdrew from the race and Kamala Harris launched her campaign. According to reports from NBC News, President Obama has been in close touch with Harris and has privately been fully supportive since she announced her candidacy. The Obama's endorsement is just one of many the vice president has received in the last week. Many celebrities have also shown their support, including Beyoncé, who gave the vice president permission to use her song Freedom, featuring Kendrick Lamar from her Lemonade album, throughout her campaign. The VP walked off to the song after speaking during her first rally in Wisconsin. The 2016 hit is also included in her first campaign video.
The freedom not just to get by, but get ahead. The freedom to be safe from gun violence. The freedom to make decisions about your own body.
All right. So now that we know exactly what Obama stand, how do you feel about the recent news from those two?
Well, I just want to take the time out to say that was very sweet, special, sentimental, very touching. I can just imagine how getting that call made Kamala feel. To be endorsed by somebody that you have respect for, somebody that been where you trying to get, somebody that has carried that mantle with such grace to endorse you in that fashion. Man,
hey, you can't really, when you think about it, just like you were just saying, it's just pretty much,
that call touched me though, bro.
Yeah, it was an awesome touch to the campaign, because I was looking for an endorsement probably by Sunday, because they're actually going to be getting ready to have a roll call vote for the DNC soon. They're going to be doing a virtual call to see how many delegates she actually have, in which I think that's supposed to be taking place tomorrow or Sunday, if I'm not mistaken, to make this official. And then on the 7th, we should start knowing and start hearing names and stuff that'll be thrown around as far as who's going to be the vice presidential, candidate. But I want to just commend the campaign. The thing is that if you really look at the campaign and where it was at before, from post Biden, and you look at all the polls, Kamala is surging. So her poll numbers, she may probably overtake Trump by Sunday. The way that everything is going, because people are actually been saying, like, they want to know more about Kamala. They don't know too much. They don't know too much about her. So they said they want to hear more from her as a candidate.
Fresh fire.
So, right. And my thing is that, okay, so if you want to hear more about Kamala's story, in which we'll probably be doing a couple of little the bits and pieces about her life story, and then we'll go and do it from the same side from President Trump's previous life, so that way to give everybody a full context of it. As well, we'll do also RFK Jr. We'll do Junior's expose. We'll do something of that magnitude, so that way it'll give you a full look at the candidates that are running, because there's more than one candidate that's running for president of the United States. So we want to try to make sure that everybody has the information that they need, so that way they can be able to make an educated choice as far as that. But speaking of any last things you want to say as far as the endorsement?
Well, yeah. I just want to say, period, just in general, that I just want to commend the Democratic Party thus far, because they deserve to be praised for the exuberant display of leadership, togetherness, and in this time. I mean, me personally, following politics, I never seen them so together as to right now. That's what I'm gonna say.
I feel you on that.
Yeah, I'm just saying, as following politics, bro, it just seemed like they on another, like they done got an epiphany and they got this together.
Now you see that feeling that we all feeling right now. We excited. Everybody is motivated and energized and stuff for Kamala Harris. The party is coming together. They gathering. They're getting around her. They trying to help her out. They're the Divine Nine. They are actually mobilizing their groups and sororities and fraternities and stuff. And the black fraternities and sororities are actually doing 100 days of getting the message and stuff out and trying to make sure that we can be able to turn this election the way we want to see it. And the map has actually expanded because we were looking at from what President Biden's road to the White House was last night. And we're going to talk about that again this evening. But when we think about exactly what we've been watching, it's like all of this excitement and stuff doesn't mean anything if we don't turn action into power. So in other words, when it comes down to it, don't sit back and think that, oh, she got this, it's a slam dunk. It doesn't mean nothing until we get into that booth on November the 4th and we get ready to cast our ballots. But our one thing is we want to make sure that our audience know that we want you to get out and early vote. Don't vote late, vote early. Make sure that you have your IDs, have your information and stuff in place, because you know that the other side has been playing these political games. They always talk about they want people to vote, but they really don't want anybody to vote, because all you got to do is just look at the voter suppression laws throughout the country, and Republican-led legislators, and look at what they've been putting out over these past couple of months. But so those are my final thoughts on that. Now, the next thing we want to talk about is that we want to get into a little bit of, as far as the vice president conversation, in which the House Speaker tells members to stop the racist attacks and sexist comments. Let me read something off from you real quick. It says, we have the Republican, when you have the Republican Speaker of the House set up a meeting to tell the Republican caucus to stop being racist and sexist, I think that says a lot, that we have to be told to not do that. Now, those words had came from from Mrs. Karen Jean Pierre, White House press secretary, in which yesterday I was looking at a few clips as far as the House Speaker, Speaker Johnson, had been telling his members inside of the caucus to stop the rhetoric, stop talking, and stop using these slangs and these words, and like we say, a word salad, to make people think that they're not saying something and they're not being so sexist. But actions, like you just said, actions speak louder than words when it all is said and done. But the number one thing is that, okay, well, how do you feel about that? How you feel about that? Sexist, the sexist talk, the racist talk. It's sad. If you look at what MAGA is doing over and with the MAGA, I'm going to call it the MAGA-led media, because if you really look at it, they didn't want Joe Biden in. They talked so much about his age, and not one time since Biden has dropped out have you heard them say anything about Donald Trump's age. So we need to make sure that we put the magnifying glass on them and start talking about, why do we got a 78-year-old man that's running for office? If you look at Kamala, she's out there, she is screaming. What has Trump been doing the last couple of days? He hasn't been doing in the campaign rallies. The question is, did he even get out of the bed yesterday? That's the question. But we want to look up and we want to call him the future president of the United States. Go ahead, sir.
Some of them will try to answer that question for you, because they got in their mind that Trump just a Superman. So he got up, because in their mind, he just such of a rich man. When we was little, all we heard of Donald Trump was that he had money. So black people, we grew up idolizing him, never knowing who he really was. All we knew is he had money.
That's true.
So we put him in our rap songs like we know him. We put him in our conversations like we know him. He
Trump is like two white ones who said that, Young Jesus.
Yeah, he's no other than Scarface, who we growed up to love as kids. He's no other than other people. We don't really know the man, and what we know of the man, he doesn't display good leadership skills. I think the reason why they told the party to stand down with the racist attacks and the sexist comments, because if one thing you don't want to do is wake up a world of mad women, diary of mad women. See, one thing about a woman, whether black, white, whatever ethnicity it is, when it comes time for them to stand up for women,
oh yeah, they stand together. They are
stand together, my brother. They ain't gonna be like us men, and go to division. Women hold this world together. So when a woman feel defended, if one feel defended, all will.
This is true.
So if you want every woman to sway their vote from Republican to Democrat, you better stand down.
Yep,
stand down.
Stand back or stand by. Ain't this what all?
You better stand down. So I think the House Speaker tells them that, because that's an executive decision. You don't win that campaign doing that. You don't even have a chance.
That's true. I totally agree with you on that, dog. Now, with that being said, now I want to move and take our attention over to one other thing, is that I've been hearing words as far as that Trump's Vance, JD Vance, his pick for vice president to be removed from the ticket. And I was like, I said, man, when I heard that, are you serious? They said Trump is thinking about this. Let me play something for y'all real quick. And I want you just to to piggyback off this real quick. Is that why would all of a sudden, is it because of the surge that's happening?
No, it's because of the racist. What? It's because of what he used, the rhetoric he used to contend and compete with Biden doesn't work with Kamala, because not one time has she fed in. Every time he went low, that woman went high. So people are saying he the only one throwing jabs. They throwing the whole house in the first 72 hours. They moving like the campaign is 2 days from being decided.
That's true.
Bro, I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. I've never seen Trump move in this fashion, but he acts, and the whole party seems like they are defeated.
That's true. And which this credit to Newsweek. Let's listen at what the minority leader Hakeem Jeffrey has to say about what's going on and what's being said and what's being thrown out there. So, and then that we'll come back on the other side and we'll talk about it.
Somebody got to be the fall guy for him losing his poll for him by Sunday, like you said, by Sunday drastically Kamala finna pass him. Somebody got to be the fall guy. You done been in this position before, Ed.
Yep.
Huh? So why not the VP take the fall for this? But so Trump can beat him down in his debates.
Right. But the thing is, Trump said that he does not want to debate Kamala. So we knew that was coming. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that a little bit later into the show. So let me play this clip real quick from House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries.
Their presidential nominee is the oldest in American history from a modern political party, and their vice presidential nominee is falling apart and crumbling right in front of us. Why was this guy selected? I'm confused. What does he add? What value does this guy add? Extreme ag Republicans are asking themselves that question right now. They're falling apart.
What keeps me grounded and sane in.
So now with that being said, now what do you want to take from Leader Jeffries' his words? He said it so eloquently.
Pride go before the fall. You heard? See, all this just boils down to somebody got to take the fall, and it's sad that the vice president, he was actually trying to defend Trump's on it, he was actually following protocol, thinking that he was actually piggybacking off what Trump normally do. You know, you come, you see your leader, you know, he able to shoot a couple threes, hit a couple of shots. So you place your game like that. You try to compliment him. I think the man was really trying to, you know, compliment, because Trump, all he do is slander, talk down, you know, things of that caliber. But I think they realized that, hey, us slandering women, us slandering black people, us pulling the race card, this ain't gonna work.
Those are not recipes for an election.
So now when you get rid of him, it gives you a kind of like a fresh win, like you take it account of, like you don't stand for what he said.
Right.
Or you don't stand for nothing that for none of the agenda before this point. I didn't stand for that. I'm telling you what Trump gonna do. He's gonna get up there and say, I fired him because I didn't stand for that.
Exactly. But the thing is, but won't that make Trump look like an even weaker leader at this point?
Well, it would to people who see in the supernatural. It don't look like that to people who see in the natural, because they don't weigh every situation. They just look at one situation. See me, I weigh every situation. I put my foot in everybody's shoe. You get what I'm saying?
But the thing is, he called women, Democratic women that don't have any kids. These were the words, that don't have any kids are nothing but a bunch of angry cat women. Mm-hmm. And this is the rhetoric of what he said previously, like a few years ago. So JD Vance, just to give a quick background about him, JD Vance is the Ohio senator and Donald Trump's 2024 running mate. Hold on, let me finish this up. The net negative and favorability ratings in his home region. The CNN and the the CNN. One second, let me finish reading this real quick. A CNN SRS poll revealed that 28% of people hold a favorable view of Vance in Ohio. But in Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, and Wisconsin, with the 44% saying that they have an unfavorable view of the MAGA senator. CNN senior political data reporter Harry Eaton previously said that Vance was the least likely non-incumbent vice presidential nominee in the nation's history. So meaning that he's not likable. Nobody doesn't like him because his views are super extreme. The CNN Harris SSR poll pretty much poll is the least worrying sign for the GOP's 2024 ticket, with some Republican figures reportedly concerned for Trump. So if they're afraid of that, they may have made a mistake in picking Vance as his 2024 running mate. And there are actually stories out there as far as them talking about that Vance's words and stuff of what he's been saying as far as of what he doesn't believe in, and how he's so extreme MAGA. The question is that I want to ask is, okay, if he's so extreme MAGA and he wants to want to have more. These are his words. They want to have more white kids because he said it's a battle against all over the world against the white race. So extreme MAGA was asking questions like, okay, so the white race, they were talking about his wife because he have kids that have mixed kids. Nick Fuentes, which is a racist individual, went on to his show on yesterday. I'm gonna play that in a little bit. And he pretty much said that, he said, well, how would we want to vote for somebody like this that doesn't believe in the cause? And they said, he said, I don't want to sound like a racist or nothing, but he has kids that have Indian names, in which, his wife is of Indian descent from India. She's an Indian American immigrant. So their kids have Indian names. And they said, why is this guy on the ticket? This makes me don't even want to vote for this ticket because it's supposed to be all white. And so I said, man, this has got to be some of the worst racist rhetoric coming from that side. And then you're talking about this man's wife, for God's sake. Like, how low can you go?
I mean, like Michelle say, when you go low, we gonna go high. You know, sometimes you have to allow people to show you and show the world who they really are. Bro, one side, I'm telling you what I see as just a regular lay person sitting back watching. I watch one side display such great leadership skills, unity, togetherness, falling back, and then I watch the other side. It's like a you get a dose of good and evil. Good, one side is every approach they take is almost evil as it can be. Then you have one side that's doing everything that's doing everything that leaders supposed to do, doing everything that people as a togetherness are supposed to do. You have the president with all kind of power step down, realizing that, hey, it's time to pass the torch. But not only pass the torch, but pass the torch to a woman. Before the woman even opened her mouth, they raised $81 million. Never been done before. I don't know if nobody, regardless, man, I'm just trying to tell the world, regardless of race, what kind of ethnicity she is, I'm trying to get y'all to see the bigger picture of what's really going on. Some things are predestined,
right,
and designed by God. And I think that the world is like really ignoring the signs. $81 million from grassroots people in 24 hours, and you ain't opened your mouth and said that you running for president? They ain't heard a word from you yet. But all I hear is the lady incompetent. Nobody likes her. This, that, and the third. How you raise $81 million, people supporting, with people taking their hard-earned money to support you. $81 million of those dollars. I'm talking about $20, $30 at a time. These people not rich now. They donate $20, $30 at a time.
Right.
So these are actually hard-working people who saying, hey, if this lady running, let me give her some money because we need her.
Right.
But what I'm trying to get the world to see is, man, don't miss. It's a saying that my grandma used to say all the time, God, I see you.
That's true.
I don't know what kind of power anybody else believe in, whether they call them God, whatever you call them. But if you can't see that somebody's with this girl, you're going to get lost in the sauce.
My one thing is that when we sit back and we talk about it, look at John McCain, his daughter has came out and firing off at the extreme right. So we're gonna call it that. That's what they're calling it.
Right.
And she had her own personal views, and she was pretty much saying that why are we dealing with people that are from the extreme right, and they're dealing in this rhetoric that all they that the number one thing that they've been mainly mentioning is just that, okay, this is pretty much like how she pretty much, I'm gonna put it in the I'm just gonna summarize a few things. She said she said after a lengthy deliberation, I thought, in considering the tremendous talents of many others, I have decided that the person best suited to assume the position for Vice President of the United States. This is not what she said. This is what Trump said about this. But on a post, she said, in another post on X this week, McCain responded to a user message relating to Vance's remarks on IVF and childless cat ladies. Here's the let me read this real quick. And childless cat ladies. She said, in politics, if you're explaining this, these are her words. In politics, if you're explaining, you're losing. McCain wrote, he should tighten up his effing talking points. Calling any woman a childless cat lady negates the ability for anyone to find the remarks compassionate or mature. She later continued by saying, In addition, no, I'm gonna read that. In addition to what she said, I'm a right-leaning woman who agrees with most nothing the Biden-Harris administration has done, but the primal hatred and disgust for Vance Stokes in me transcends politics. When she said this on X, she said, "I expect I am not the only woman of my vintage, so to speak, who feels this way." Wow. Those are some powerful words that came from the late senator's daughter, Meghan McCain. And why would she come out and say something like that at this time? And for some of you that don't know who Meghan McCain is, let me just pull a quick picture up of her real quick so that way everybody can know she used to be on The View. She's the late senator's daughter. Let me pull this up. She's the late senator's daughter, and she's just been pretty much on just speaking as far as this is what we're dealing with in the party. She was like, she said, and then she went on to continue to say, like, how much more of this are we going to have to deal with when it comes to this? And she said, if I'm feeling this way, I can imagine how many more women inside of the party are feeling. So therefore, you're starting to see a shift. So the question is, now they're coming back and they're going back in and saying that Trump may end up removing J.D. Vance for Nikki Haley and putting her on this ticket. So that should tell everybody that this is a mess. That was all self-inflicted by one Donald Trump, yours truly. But in order for him to get out in front of this, he has to try to make himself look good in this situation by saying that I'm not going to say anything, because you know he's always been known as the apprentice with the show The Apprentice. So if it comes down to it, he may end up firing him and adding somebody else onto the ticket. Your response?
If you do add somebody onto the ticket, I mean, it's just a sign of desperation to me. So it's like he in panic mode. So I really don't have no comment. If he keep doing that, he's just showing that he's in desperation mode. He's just seen. I don't know. I hope he hear it, bro. He need to tighten up. I ain't never seen him react like this. I'm serious. I'm concerned.
Oh my God. I got another video I'm gonna get ready.
I'm really concerned. Like, I'm used to seeing he better than this. Now, come on. Let's make this exciting. I want to see you debate that woman, man. Don't back down from no woman. Men don't do that. Mm-hmm. You stand up for the men. Even if you're wrong, she gonna display it. But what I'm saying is, you cannot back down from that debate. You cannot. You got to face off with her. You got to, man.
You got to.
You got to, man. There's no other way, bro. You got to. If you refuse that, it's just like a CDL driver refusing the sobriety test. It's going on his record. We ain't gonna let you hold that down. You need to get up and debate that woman, cause you done debated everybody up to this point. You weren't scared of nobody up to this point. You ain't refused now debate up to this point. If you refuse debate, can you tell me why? But can you at least explain to the world why 45? Because me as a person that been watching debates for a while now, this was going to be the greatest one I ever seen, and you declined it.
Everybody want to see it.
We don't need you to decline, sir. We need you to stand on that podium and make us laugh.
He said he was standing on business. Stand on business, Trump. Stand on business.
Yeah, stand on business, my boy.
Stand on business.
Go there and tell him to stand on business.
I don't know if he got what it takes to do it.
Yeah, obviously, he seems scared because I ain't never seen Trump back ahead a debate.
A debate. That's a sad.
When did he ever back down from a? This is why I'm telling y'all, everybody who's supporting Trump right now, y'all need to come together because he looked defeated, and I'm concerned because I'm not used to seeing him like this. I'm serious. I'm not used to seeing them react like this. Like, they better than this.
This is true. Now I want to turn everybody's attention to this video that I want to show, and I know that y'all been wondering, like, dang, why he always playing Lincoln Project videos? Because Lincoln Project is a group of former Republicans that left the Republican Party after when Trump got into office in 2016. He turned off a lot of conservative voters, and a lot of people couldn't bring themselves to voting for former President Trump, and so they created this group, and this group has been a thorn in Trump's behind since they've launched during the President Biden campaign back in 2020, in which some of the people that are on this that's a part of the Lincoln Project these are those McCain. These are the McCain coalition. These are a lot of these McCain voters that are true conservatives to their values, and they believe in the right to having a democracy and having a Republican side of this country where we can be individuals and be free-spirited people. But that's enough of saying that. But just let me go ahead on and play this video, this clip, and we'll come back and we'll talk about it on the other side.
We heard it every day. For 3 years, we heard it every day that Joe Biden and Donald Trump were the oldest candidates ever. Republicans made the excuse that Biden was 3 years older, and the media gave it a pass. Their breathless coverage of Biden's age, while ignoring Trump's decline, pretended Trump wasn't slurring his speech.
We want a landslide that's
confusing people,
including Obama. I'll tell you what.
Telling weird, wandering stories.
By the way, a lot of shark attacks lately. The late, great Hannibal Lecter. He's a wonderful man.
Now, there's no excuse. There's only one person in this race now with mental problems. One person with memory problems. One person feeling the icy hand of death from old age creeping closer. One person who knows the clock is running out. And that's old Donald Trump. Weak, impotent, forgetful, mentally declining, fast. He'd be 83 by the end of his term. If he's senile now, he'll be dangerous by then.
Sound like they trying to build him up to be like the old Dennis the Menace old neighbor, old little grumpy runt.
Grumpy your old man. Get off my
old man. Oh my Lord, that was funny, dog. My dog Trump gonna be all right though, man. He ain't gonna be that grumpy, you know. At least he'll be funny though. Oh my God, that's so funny.
Hey, but when you think about it, it's just like, hey, yeah, he is a old grumpy old man right now. It's like, okay, he's in the dead spin right now. He's spinning. He doesn't know what to do next. It's almost like every day when I go over and I read whatever he's posting on Truth Social, sending out his truths, it's always a bunch of god doggone junk. I said, God dang. I said, well, how much of this are we going to continue to keep on sitting back and we're going to keep on looking at is what the former president has been posting. And so actually, let me read something that he, let me see something real quick. Hold on. Let me see if I can get to his page. Okay, there it is. And the thing is, let me show you how politics is actually working here in our country. This is the thing. I don't know if you can see that. Do you see that there, chosen one? Let me pull that up.
Yeah, I can see it. In a meeting with former U.S. President Donald Trump.
Okay, in the meeting with former President Donald Trump, Bibi Netanyahu, he goes over to meet with former President Trump at Mar-a-Lago. He said, in the meeting with U.S. President Donald Trump, I don't know what this is. Let me see if we can zoom in on this picture. Let's go full screen. Can you see that there?
I can see it, but you need to be bigger. But you can read it. We get it.
But the thing is like, okay, they talked all this foolishness about Kamala Harris not being at the speech that he gave in Washington just a few days ago. But now he's down there in Mar-a-Lago kissing the ring of Donald Trump, because the thing is, what people are not paying attention to, or what BB has been saying, he said that he's endorsing President Trump. He wants President Trump to win, and President Trump said if he gets in, that he said that that he will give him the retribution that he wants to by going after Iran for the bombing of what they did to Israel. And I was like, I said, but this is the man that he said that it wasn't any wars under him. Man, we had a ton of wars that were breaking out all over the world when Donald Trump was in office. And now all of a sudden you want to sit up here and you want to talk this foolishness about what your plans are intended to for the Trump's doctrine.
Mm-hmm.
Now let me share another post. Let's go down. Let's read some more of his stuff. At real, this came from Doug Mills. He said, Donald Trump greets Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu as he arrives for a meeting at Mar-a-Lago in West Palm Beach. There's a picture. Here's Trump waiting on him to come in. And then this is from the Conservative Citizens Update. This is Rodney Jackson. He said, President Trump recovery from a bullet wound to his ear, in which we already know that he wasn't shot with a bullet to his ear, according to the FBI director. Russian and Chinese. Now look at this. This is what he's posting. Russian and Chinese jets are flying over our west coast. Russian warships are now in Cuba, 70 miles off our coast. What's Kamala going to do? I mean, you can't make this stuff up. I mean, he's coming up with so many different lines and want to continue thinking about it. Now, look at this. Go ahead, I'm listening.
Defeated. Yeah. Anybody that been in a battle before, if I'm in Kamala's shoes, I'm feeling really good about myself, because she haven't even opened up her toolbox.
Yeah.
And he already in a detrimental state. He's already in panic mode, and the lady ain't even.
But trust and believe. You know that the right is going to throw everything at it except the kitchen sink.
I mean, but what can they throw at it? Let's talk about it.
It's going to be more, because we know how Republicans play. They're going to keep on because they're coming. It's going to keep coming.
But my point is, what can they throw at her? Because Roland Martin, I just got a text through my phone from somebody saying that Roland Martin cleared up the so-called per se that when they said that when she was a prosecutor in California that she was locking up all black people. Maybe we need to go and find that clip and play that for the black people who they trying to bamboozle and hoodwink to get them to vote the other way. So, bro, all I'm trying to say, black people and all voters, weigh every situation. Put your foot in everybody's shoe. Get all the details. Don't just go off one side. Go off every side. Make a detailed answer, and do not give your vote. Just throw a vote away to the middle person. That is not a good idea. Vote for one or the other. This is important, man.
Okay, you said what is Fox host cult sorority rant? Let me see. I'm trying to find it right now on his page about that she was supposed to be tough on crime. We'll find that clip when we come back this evening. We'll talk about that a little bit more, but we just mainly wanted to talk about the endorsement. But why you alluded to that, let's talk about that for a second. Is that when you think about it, like, okay, if she's so tough on crime, then when I look back at her on my time as prosecutor in San Francisco, she only locked up for weed charge and possession. She only locked up like 800 and some odd people.
A state prosecutor now in California.
The only people that she was tough on was people that had the sexual predators. She was big.
Partners.
People with insurance claims and stuff. She went after the insurance companies.
Non-profits like Donald Trump.
She went after big businesses such as the big oligarchs, and also she went after what else was it that they say? She went after the banks, and she won.
But
she's tough on crime. She was tough on corporate crime. Yeah, let's say that. Let's say she was tough on corporate crime.
Now let me ask all the African Americans: what black person that we know got involved, got affected by that? I'll wait.
I'm still waiting.
I'm waiting. What black person we know got affected by her being the prosecutor out of all that? One thing about it, we have to understand that when you are sworn in as a state prosecutor, I can just only imagine the lady is sworn in. You got to say, hey, whether your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother get in front of you, you have to be sworn in to do your job. If my daddy come in and he a criminal, he's going to get prosecuted.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, you cannot have a respected person. One thing I do not like is a bunch of people who make an opinion off you doing your job.
You're right.
The lady doing her job. And anybody who does a job, whether you like it or not, you should do it in a good fashion.
Facts.
If I'm going to pick a leader, I want a leader that's going to do their job. See, one thing about it, when you're picking a leader, bro, you need to pull up leadership skills. We need to bring that up in the next show, too. Let's pull up leadership skills and compare the two. Forget all that rhetoric, what they saying out their mouth. Let's see if they even qualified to be a leader before we even start listening to them, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't got time to waste my time listening to a bunch of foolishness because I've done that my whole life. That's what got the American in the state that it's in right now. We need to pull up leadership qualities and see which one fit what. That'll help you eliminate a lot.
But my question is that as soon as you pull up leadership qualities, oh, bless me. As soon as you look at the leadership qualities, is that okay? Let's look at the two. One is one has led a company, a failed company. Let's say it that way. He's led he's ran one of the most corrupt businesses in the country. All he knows how to do. You know what? We're gonna wait till this afternoon because we
ain't gonna touch on that because that's gonna open up Pandora's box.
Right, and I'm gonna play a clip from Kamala's favorite artist, and I'm gonna just let everybody try to figure that out. But so the next time we come on for the next show, I want everybody to tell me who is their favorite rapper. But we're gonna use him inside of a video in a little bit, and we're gonna let him tell it how it is about what Donald Trump has been and what type of person he's always been. And it looks like that everything that he spoke about inside of the video, it all talks about the times of what we're going through as of right now. But we're gonna stop it right there. But we just wanted to come on and we wanted to talk about the appointment, not the appointment, but the endorsement from President Obama and Michelle Obama, in which I think that was an awesome thing that took place today. And I thank President Obama for coming out. But you already know that everybody should already know that President Obama is a true statesman. And when he does things, he always try to do things as far as making sure that nobody else isn't jumping into the race. He wanted to make sure of that. And if it wasn't going to be anybody that was going to jump in up to this point, he was not going to endorse, because this thing is like, let the process play out, because I don't want to give my endorsement too soon for anybody and have them looking at me as why you endorsed her and she lost. So he likes to stay out, and then that way he want to put the full weight of the Obamas out there, so that way they can go out and try to get her elected as president of the United States. So when we come back this evening, I said we'll be coming back on. I said probably about 7 o'clock this evening, and we're gonna run through it. We're gonna go through it, line, point, hook, and line, and we're gonna get this thing right. But we want to thank y'all for tuning in for these past 49 minutes. Any final remarks you want to add?
Yeah, I just want to remind all our listeners and viewers of a powerful truth. It doesn't matter about the color of your skin, your background, or your qualifications. God don't call the qualified, man. He qualifies the call. So let's just be mindful of all the judgmental things, all the manipulative things, all the things that are the divisive things that are used to sway. Let's get facts. Let's build off facts. And I think that'll take us where we need to be. So until the next show, y'all like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you later.
Yes, sir. So in closing, same thing what the chosen one said. God qualifies the call. You can't just come and jump up and say, "Oh, I'm going to do this." It don't work like that. That's the same way when you're running anything. You got to always understand when you leave, they always have to. Like when somebody leaves from up under you, they need 4 and 5 people to do what you did.
Mm-hmm.
So think about how powerful you are. So whenever you think about it, if there's anything that you may be going through, just think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Just know if you left, watch how they have to go and get 4 or 5 more people to do what you did because you made it go. You made it work. So always remember that. So when the call is sent, it always when the call is sent from the Most High, He's gonna qualify your call. So until then, we're gonna talk to y'all later. 2 fingers. Peace.